Today I'm going to show you how to use some advanced features in Google Image Search. Now, typically when you're going to Google Images, you could go there from the Google homepage. Up here in the top right corner, you'll see the word images. That will take you to Google Image Search. And when you search for something on here, I can look for pictures of Thor. It's going to show you a lot of pictures, and most people just use things from here. If you click on a picture, it'll show you a bigger version of it that usually you could right click and save or copy from, because it'll be a bigger version than these thumbnails. However, there's even more that you could do with this. So up at the top, you'll see this word tools on the this toolbar. If I click that, it'll give me these choices to use an advanced search feature. So one of the things I usually recommend to students and staff is, if you're looking for wallpaper for your computer or a high resolution picture to do Photoshop or using a video or some other stuff, then you want to switch this to large size. Why? Because if you look at these pictures like this one right here, it will usually show you the resolution of the picture down here in the corner. So this one's 1600 by 1065 pixels. That's the resolution. If I click on another one, it'll show me the pixels down here, the resolution of that picture. If you don't click that and you're just looking at random pictures, some of these are going to be very small pictures. And what I usually recommend, find pictures, if you want it for your wallpaper or a high resolution picture for a project, you want the numbers to be as big as possible. So I always recommend anything over 1,000 by 1,000. Your screens on most laptops today are going to be wide screens. So like if it's going to be 1,000 or 1,900 by 1,200, you want something to be a similar resolution so it doesn't look so pixelated when you use that as your wallpaper. Another thing for wallpaper, if you are going to use this on a desktop or monitor or a laptop and you want this to be a wallpaper, choose a widescreen picture. That'll help you out later to make it look better. Other things you could do is, if you want to use this in a project later that is going to be on a public website, like a video or a picture that is not a school project, you want to look at the usage rights. The usage rights determine, it kind of filters out the ones that have copyright protection and really give you the choices that have Creative Commons licenses or commercial and other licenses. So using the Creative Commons license, which means they gave pre-approved permission, you'll see all these have the word licensable on there, which means that they're open to use it for other kind of purposes. Commercial and other licenses, you'll see it's licensable under some of these as well. Other things that are on here are things by like color. So if I let's say I'm doing a project and I want all of them that kind of have a blue color to it. It'll find versions of Thor that have a lot of blue pixels in that picture. If I wanted one with pink, it would give me pink ones. If I wanted orange ones, it would give me orange ones. Okay, so it just depends on what you're looking for. And they also have black and white and transparent. Transparent means they have a transparent background to it, so that it will get, like, it'll have this checkerboard pattern back here, so that when you put it like in a slideshow or something, you can have a different color background in there. Under type, you could choose between photos, clip art, or GIFs. For instance, clip art is going to be like kind of drawn things, like typical clip art or comic book versions. Line drawing means they're more black and white, like pen and paper kind of versions. And the GIFs, they could be animated GIFs that you might see like on a short loop. They might have some extra pizzazz to them or somehow. Okay. So it depends what you're doing. That might determine what kind of format you want those in. Another thing, if you wanted something more recent or from a specific range of time, you could do that as well. So if I want something in the last month made by Thor, or share about Thor, it will show me those that are new. Um, Another option you have is to go to this advanced search option where you could put in more specific things like Marvel comic, and I'm going to say Mighty Thor, or here, sorry, I want that up here and that down here, and then and I don't want any movie stuff. So, and then you could do stuff here if you wanted a specific, like a wide one. So I want a wide one and I want a large. And let's see what happens. So it's going to give me some like high res pictures of like comic book versions of Thor that I could download from using the term Mighty Thor, Marvel comic, and some other stuff. So when you're ready to download and save pictures, I do recommend you download first. You could copy and paste them over, but I always find it easier to save them first to my computer and then to use them in whatever I'm using them for. So when you find your picture, you're going to right click on it and you're going to say save image as. It should ask you, is either defaults to saving it to your downloads folder, which is where I like to save mine. What you do want to look at is down here in the bottom where it has this file name. You can rename it if you want, but I'm more interested in where it says save as type. This is really important because most other programs that you can use pictures like Photoshop, some sort of photo editing software, video making software, slideshow software, they only allow you to use JPEGs, PNG files, and maybe GIFs. So anything else like HEIC files, which are Apple image files, or something else called a WebB image file, those cannot be used as wallpaper. They cannot be used in video editing or in photo editing software or even slideshows. So always check to see what format it is. First, JPEGs are fine, as well as PNG files. But anything that is like this, which is a WebP file, which is a web picture file, they have a little more security on them, so you can't just use them willy-nilly on the internet. And frankly, when in doubt, if you do want to like use this picture, but in a file, as long as it's not being sold or made into a movie that's going to be published somewhere outside of school, you could always do a screenshot tool to take the picture, and that allows you to save it as a PNG file. So a few other things that you could do with Google Images that you may or may not know about is you could you search by typing a word, but you could also search by using your voice. And you just have to allow it. Pictures of R2-D2. And it will actually let you search that way. So you can do this on your phone, your computers. And so if you have poor spelling or if you don't know how to spell something in particular, you could do that. That's a great technique. I always tell the students, like, this is a great technique if you don't know how to spell something, but you can still search for it, is by using that little voice command. Another thing you could do is you could search by an image you already have. So maybe you want more versions of a picture you already have, or you want to find out more about that picture. You could actually upload that picture. So, for instance, so it uses AI software to kind of find similar pictures out there, which then you could find like, oh, like I could see that's the art of Japan. It's Japanese art, and you could probably find similar pictures on this page somewhere, like these right here, that I could say, oh, here's an artist. It's a woodblock print. See, That's more than I knew before. So using this Google Lens, this is called Google Lens, and it will allow you to do that, find similar pictures of that. Another cool thing about that is if you bring up a picture that has text in it, Common Sense Media, it's going to look for other pictures similar to that. But notice down here, it also has a text tool. So it'll do a search of the text and find a website. Oh, there's the Common Sense Media website that you could copy, and then, but it does a search for you automatically. You can listen to, and you could also translate this into a different language as well. And again, this is part of Google Lens, so it's a really cool tool that you could use to search for pictures. This is really helpful for students who they copy and pasted a picture for a project, but that now they have to cite their source or put the name of the artist or the painting or whatever, and they don't know where they got it from. So this way they could go back and find some more information about it. So hopefully this will help you to be a better Google Image user in the future, and you could help students be more efficient using Google Images as well. Let me know if you have any questions.